Welcome to the group chat where we talk about what's happening in culture, sports, and entertainment, and the conversations people are having in the group chat, but not always on TV. Welcome, Jeff and Jacqueline. Thanks for joining me today for the group
Yo,
chat.
yo, yo, yo.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to jump into it. Let's talk about the Oscars and Sinners. We had the big winners. We had Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. You guys check it out last night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I watched it.
Big win for the big win.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see Ryan Coogler's elevation. I mean, from Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panthers, Sinners. I mean, it just continues to evolve. I mean, it was a big night. I mean, it was a lot of anticipation, a lot of nominations, a lot of energy, but to see us on that stage winning, and it felt like we all won. I mean, I was excited when those names were called.
I got a question, right? So that was his first one?
Yeah, that's his first
Yeah.
one.
Wow. He really hasn't missed.
He's been nominated, but this was his first win.
I mean,
Was it Black Panther? Which one was he nominated for?
I think more than
Black
one.
Panther?
Yeah, Black Panther for sure. Yeah, but this was the
Black
first one.
Panther didn't win?
No, man. I mean, it's usually one of those. I mean, and that's the thing that always gets me. I mean, it's usually a small film that somebody's never seen. It's always one of those that usually gets it. So, it was, it was here and there. We didn't win Best Picture. I mean, he won Best Screenplay. So
Yeah, but how to explain that? How am I the best screenplay, but then I don't win Best Picture?
They weren't gonna let us have a sweep. They weren't gonna let us win it all. But
Yep. See, that's where black people start getting greedy. See, that's where y'all start getting greedy. They gotta let the man win by 9 awards. Everybody won an award. Y'all can let them have that. That's cool,
man.
Bro.
No, man. That was our time. That was our movie. That was everything.
Hey, you thought they was gonna let us get a clean sweep, bro? They wasn't gonna let us do that. Everybody won. The costume designer person won. The damn score won. B. Jordan won. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, and that was the highlight too. When they were calling for best lead, just watching that, the anticipations, like I was watching a game, a championship game. When that name got called, I felt that same, kind of like I was on there with them, like we won, and it was good to watch. I mean, I remember watching Michael B. Jordan in The Wire. The Wire was my show. You go Friday Night Lights, and again, once he hooked up with Ryan, Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, so to see this evolution, I mean, it's almost, he's our guy now.
Yeah, he's the new Will Smith, bro. He's the new Denzel. He's the new whatever you want to call him, bro. And like you said, what's dope about him is we've seen him since a kid.
Yeah.
And finally getting his flowers. And really, man, what's so crazy about when you think about all the black people that aren't on that list, that should be on that list.
Right, right.
So it's dope. It's just dope to see a movie that it's like, come on, you got to give them this award. And they actually got it. Now, they didn't get the big one, but it still felt like a big win for us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a big win for him, and a big win for the culture, and a big win for us. And the reason I say, especially, what went on at the BAFTA Awards and the Tourette's, yelling out what he yelled out, which I still don't quite understand Tourette's and how you can yell out those particular things. But for all the things we kind of always deal with and it wasn't for, a role that had to be, that had to demean us or had to be, he played two characters, and he killed it. And it was one of the best films that we'll ever see. And the way he just, portrayed that and played those roles, you couldn't deny it.
Hey, now, if you were Jonathan Majors, how sick are you right now? Because that was supposed to be his part, right?
Man,
he was supposed to be one of the twins.
Hey. Well, I don't even want to go. Last thing I remember, he was running around New York City. When I last picture I had of him in my head. So
hey, keep it real. If Jonathan Majors was in that movie, who you think would have shined harder?
I think it was Michael another way.
Really?
It's Michael B. Jordan.
Both incredible actors, though. So.
Nah, man, the way he played both of those characters. I can't see nobody else doing it but him. I can't see nobody else playing it the way he played. I can't see nobody else. It felt like two real characters there. The way he did that.
Now, and just Jonathan Major got the slave face, bro. Jonathan Major got the slave look, bro. He's like perfect. that cast. Though. Come
No, no. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm saying he's a hell of an actor. I mean, he's a
on.
hell of an actor. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, he's. I don't take that away. Like I said, I just,
yeah,
he got those regrets of running around New York after, getting chased in New York City that time. But yeah, sometimes, we got to go through a little bit. He got his catch now. He got his girl now. Got his thing now.
yeah,
Got his Coretta. All those things that he was asking for that he said he wanted back then. So hey, I look for that comeback. He's gonna be around soon. We'll see him soon. But no, that was
yeah,
Michael B. Jordan's night, man. He's like I said, you can't take that away from him. You can't take that away from the movie. But now I want to kind of jump into where some of the controversy starts. Best Picture was, one battle after another. And it's a movie I watch. I mean, I watch just about everything. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a good movie. I mean, it's kind of all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't have a good attention span and can't keep up with things, you'll get lost in this movie. But I think some of the controversy around it is the way Tiana Taylor's character and the way it depicted black women in the movie. It didn't necessarily, I say, show us in the best light or show black women in the best light. Jacqueline, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing what happened with Halle Berry in Monsters Ball, right? It's Halle Berry had plenty of movies before then that she could have been nominated and win an Oscar for, but it was Monsters Ball. And they don't show us always. I feel like they want to give us our flowers when they're not showing us in the best light because that's how people see black women sometimes, right? It's like, I'm not going to give you this Oscar based on, something positive. I'm going to give you, this Oscar on something that's you know, doesn't it didn't portray anybody in the best light, I think.
Yeah, I think what it did. I mean, she was a revolutionary, but it didn't really define who she was, what the mission was about, her character, her background. It just kind of jumped from thing to thing. One, opening there, you know, bombing, helping people escape, and then she's using the next thing was, her sex appeal and sex and body to actually get what she wanted from these two white men in the story. And then she has a kid and has to abandon the kid when she's on the run from the feds. And I mean, so it just kind of didn't paint us in the best light, or black women in the best light. You had Regina Hall, who had a couple scenes. And the end, she kind of sells and give everything up. So I think one of the issues was, especially in this climate today, with the way black women are under attack. I think it kind of missed the mark, and I think with the director, when he's trying to explain it, he's not doing a great job of explaining. He's trying to explain the character, but not you don't identify this as a black woman. I mean, you're not identifying. And like I said, that was the one thing in the movie that when you watch it and when people watch it, you don't get a definition of who she is. Like you don't know anything about her. It just jumps that she's like I said, she's using sex to get her way, and she has this cause, but she abandons this cause, and it's just kind of all over the place. Yeah, so I mean, you got to watch it and make your own conclusion. But I think that's what the storyline is coming out of that is why do we have to be objectified, like women to get that nomination or to get that, and why is it kind of like falling on deaf ears, from the director not quite understanding what we're saying about the movie.
Now let me ask you this, right? That aside,
Hmm.
the movie, the actual movie, was it on par with Sinners? I'm just curious.
It went better than Sinners. I
But was it
think
on that level? Was it even in the same stratus? Because Sinners was everything
I
about the movie.
say, yeah, I say, I mean, and I'm like, I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm biased because I love Sinners. It's just no, from the story. I mean, Sinners told the story. It identified the characters. You knew the backstory. You knew everything. It did a great job. Ryan did a hell of a job of telling that story.
And
One
that yeah,
battle,
young kid
one,
is brand new too. Right, Miles Caton, that's his first time acting, right? And he
yeah.
smoked it.
I mean, from the from the cast, but I'm just talking about just we just talking about the story. We need to talk about
Right, right.
talent because both of the movies had hell of talent. Like I'm not taking
Gotcha,
away the talent from One Battle at a
gotcha.
Time. It had top tier talent. I'm just talking about the story. The stories were different. Sinners spelled out like you can read the script of Sinners. You can read that and visually put yourself there. one battle at a time, man, you'll be lost. It's so all over the place. I was trying to keep up with because I enjoy movies, so I did my
Right.
best to keep up with it. And Leonardo DiCaprio, like he's one of I like him. He's one of my favorite actors. So I mean, he killed it. It was Benicio del Toro, like he killed it, like they did. But it's just a story. The storyline was all over, and just the way they depicted, black women in it. It just, like I said, it just fell flat. They had plenty of time, and maybe in the original script, maybe her character was spelled out. And maybe once, maybe it's left on the editing floor, or I don't know who made a decision, but it was a lot left to be told, so you can identify who these characters are. You can follow these characters, but the way they did it, the movie just kind of takes you all over the place. So, do I think it was best picture? No, I don't think it was best picture. I think Sinners should have been a clean sweep, because I mean it was its best screenplay, best picture. Like I said, Michael B. Jordan won. Like I said, now both casts had great casts. Just the stories didn't compare to me at all.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
one
mm.
one of the, one of the one of the highlights, another highlight where Sinners dominated was the performance on stage with a
Oh
surprise
man.
guest. Y'all catch that one?
Yeah, man, that Miles kid, man, his voice,
Yeah.
bro, like
Oh yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
how do you have a voice that powerful, that young? That's
Right.
insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a gift. That's just a gift from God. You born with that. That's a gift.
Does
That
he
could
have an album out?
command.
I was like, man,
Oh
this young,
no.
I need to hear an album, bro. Like, and
Yeah, he need to
his
produce
that's
something.
hers backup singer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is
Oh
it?
yeah, hers the one that
That's
she's
so
the
much.
reason he's in the movie.
Yeah.
She is the one
Oh,
that helped him get the audition, and yeah, no, he's his backup singer. I'm like, why are you the backup singer?
wow. I didn't know that. I mean, he's
Not after
he's
the Grammy.
hey, Luther Vandross was a backup singer before. That mean, he's going to
Yeah,
have his moment. But yeah, that
no,
was
Right, Carrie.
I
She was
didn't.
a back. She was a backup
Yeah,
singer.
I didn't know that. But no, that
yeah,
performance, like that took me back into the movies too. Like that took me back into, because Sinners is one of my favorite movies. So I mean, y'all
that's
always hear
what
me talking about Sinners. So
that's what makes Sinners to me so great, bro. Is the music on top of the
Yeah.
cinematography? It's like
yeah,
everything was top tier, man. Like
yeah, it
it was
was.
original. It was
It
something
was.
different. It's just man, it's a great movie, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't, but like I said, when you watching it, you see I forget her name, but one of the characters in there, she's dancing through the stage again. One of the she's the Asian lady who's in the movie.
Yeah,
And then one of the surprises was when Misty Copeland came out. That was really really a surprise, because what was it, December, when she just had
December.
hip replacement surgery?
Yeah, we did just in
Yeah,
December. Back on the stage in March.
yeah.
incredible, man.
So that just showed the importance of that moment. That moment, that movie, our place in history, for her to be 3 months removed from hip replacement, to come on that stage and move like nothing ever happened. And maybe that's the spirit of that music, just enter and just put her in there. But that was amazing to see. Another amazing moment that the Sinners brought to the stage, that just brought into the. You take Sinners out of the Oscars last night,
No sauce,
man,
bro. I'm talking about
I would have
man,
turned the
bland
channel
chicken,
long before. Yeah.
man.
chicken
I
with no
mean,
seasoning, dog. Like, yeah, it's horrible.
nothing, nothing. So to have that, to see that, man, it was like I said, that was another one of the highlights of my night. So like I
Hey,
said,
I gotta ask, bro. Is it too early to start putting Ryan up there, bro? Ryan might be. I always looked at Spike Lee as that guy, right? Because everything Spike did was
Yeah.
cultural, bro. Ryan Coogler ain't missed.
yeah,
Oh,
too
he
is it too
ain't
late?
missed.
Nah,
He was young.
Hey,
nah, it might have been
he's
too
my
late
number,
before. Like,
bro.
uh,
He's my number
nah,
one director of all time, bro.
yes, yes, writer director. This man
Nuts.
is super super a super duper
Oh,
visionary. The way I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, we're filmmakers, right?
right.
We get behind the camera. We story tell. The way he put that together, and the way he puts everything in visually, and the way. But here's what I love, and this is what some of my guys talk about too, and I see it. It's the athletic background. Former athletes. We bring this into what we do. We build the right team. We're big on team, putting the right people in the right places. That's been a director. So that all his stuff is built on a strong team, and they work together and they're in sync. And that's how they be winning the championship, because they work together and they're in sync. So he's, leading that team, putting that, and then when he's just, in that zone, man, I mean, he's amazing. And Seth, his producing partner, like I said, he was a line producer on one of my first movies, Tragedy Girls. I produced it in 2017, and I
Shout out
remember
to
they
you.
were talking. They were talking on the things they were going to do. So to see them talk about it to where they are now, to see him out there, he's always on the stage. I mean, it's his producing part, their partners, so he's right there. To see that, when he helped line produce one of our first films, I mean, I love seeing it. I love, because I seen the work. I seen the early Michael B. Jordan. I wasn't right there with him, but Hollywood, you right there to see and to know that work ethic and what was put into it. The kid from New Jersey, he tells his story. I mean, he tells his story best. Him and his mom riding around the auditions, coming out here and just grinding, but also putting in the work. And you see the evolution in each role. Each role, you see him better. And another thing he said that I look, and I love what he said when he said he was, I can't remember the exact words he said, but how he was so, his main focus and so passionate, or whatever he was saying, was about building his team, building the right to consume, or something like that, about building his team, building the right team, the right pieces, the right structure. And you see the fruits of that from being so focused on just building your team and putting the things in place. It leads to this, because sometimes we can just get tunnel vision and be just tunnel. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta do. You're never building, so you stay right here. He got hyper focused on building his team, putting the right people in the right places, so he can evolve, and they evolve together. And look at it. Look at it. We ain't seen nothing yet. This ain't his last one.
Right.
No way. This is his last one. And so that,
Uh,
that's amazing. That's amazing to me.
I just read an article, and Ryan said that Michael approached him about a project and he had to turn him down. And he
Hmm.
didn't want to, but then he had to tell him about Sinners and tell him about the vision. And then here we are, right? Because you
Oh
figure
yeah.
Michael's coming to him like, hey, I got something. We work good together. Let's do this. But Ryan still had his vision. He kept true to that. And look what
Hmm.
they did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you zone in on that, like I did hear that story when Mike, he was approaching him for something. It might be coming next. We don't even know, they might be coming
Right,
next. But yeah, no, they did the right thing with Sinners, man. They did the right thing. It's like I said, it's changed the game. This is what we need. We needed something original. Everything's a remake. Everything is built off
Yeah,
of a
yeah, it's just,
comic
yeah.
book, or built off something. Everything's a remake. But the way he
right.
took things from, we can keep going on and on. The way he took things, how the Irish and the Africans, it was just a lot of things that he put together in that movie that just, yeah, just
It's
amazing.
different.
If you haven't seen it, you need to
Oh,
see it
yeah,
and
we
see it
haven't seen it.
over and over
Doing
and
this
over, so you
as
can,
a service.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. All right. I'm gonna do a quick pivot. So I want to jump on one of the things that kind of consumes or not consumes, but one of the things that kind of that bothers me about our community, the Black community, is politics. Black people talk about they don't do politics. Um, because I want to talk about, okay, you don't do politics because politics is sure doing the hell out of you right now. So I want to kind of touch on that, and start with you, Jeff, because I know you're, in a space and certain things where you probably hear that from some of
Yeah.
your people. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Number one, I live in Texas, right? So in Texas, we all know out here it's a red state, right? So a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, they just don't feel like our vote gonna count. Number one. Number two, we're not informed on who's running. We don't really know. We're not paying attention. And like I was telling you, who do we have that's breaking it down for us, right? Like if you go anywhere, we have ESPN. We can go get that information on sports, right? Who are the people that's cool, that looks like us, that's not lame, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's
Hmm.
actually breaking it down to where we can understand what's going on. Oddly enough, I start seeing some of that online now. Like I'm actually seeing younger cats break the Iran news down. I'm glued to it, right? But again,
Right.
I'm glued to it because it's like, oh, he's making sense. He's talking my language. So I just think we have a lack of that in our community where it's like we gossip all day long. Boy, it's a million podcasts talking about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, what if Cam and May start talking about this stuff, right? People would
Hmm.
pay attention. Like, oddly enough, Joe Budden has Mark Lamont Hill on the show, and he does a great job of breaking it down. So it's
Right.
like, some of these people that we look to, I think that's where some of us get mad that they don't use the platform. Right? This is the time, if any time, to use your
Right.
platform and start
Right.
speaking up. Just make us aware, even if you don't fall on one side or the other, just make us aware where we should go to look for it. If you look on Instagram, Twitter now, it's so many fake. I just seen a video of a U.S. ship getting bombed, right? But it wasn't real.
Hmm.
So, if you
Yeah.
just scroll real fast, you'll be
Right.
picking up fake news, bro, that you think is real. It's all over the place. So it's like we need somebody that really is entertaining, right? Because for whatever, we like to be entertained.
Right.
We need somebody that speaks our language that can break this stuff down. But again, from where I sit and I interview everybody from people from the streets to politicians and a lot of people, man, especially a lot of black people just feel like, man, this is all it's a conspiracy theory. They're
Right.
gonna win
Right.
anyway. They're gonna, you know what I mean? And that's
Mhm.
a part of what's also holding us back, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think they always say that, well, it's going to be the same with whoever. It's
Right.
pick your poison. But okay, go to the gas pump. You know, go to the grocery store. Get you a plane ticket right now. It's differences in the poison that you pick. So to do that cop out, well, man, I ain't gonna vote. Ain't gonna do nothing for me. Yeah, don't be complaining now. And when it gets worse, when you can't afford a home. Now you can't afford your rent. Now you can't do these things because you don't do politics.
You know,
Politics is gonna do you.
You
Yeah.
know, what's so crazy. I interviewed Lil Scrappy last year because I just interviewed him today. I mean, yesterday,
Mhm.
and he came on my show and he said, "If you vote for Trump, you're voting for your race to get annihilated." And that clip went viral. And you
Yeah.
wouldn't believe how many black people was on his ass.
Right.
It was interesting to see. It's like, bro,
Hmm.
I'm like, Scrappy's using his platform to actually tell you some real stuff, and they're
Right.
attacking you. And it almost make a person not want to speak out because it's like, damn, my own
Hmm.
people attacking me for saying what's
Right.
real. So
Right.
you have that catch 22.
It's Yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, gone are the days of of having a Muhammad Ali, somebody who's going to
Boy,
risk it all to jump.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's easier said than done for any of us if we know we're gonna go out and particularly risk everything for our family and everything for
right.
sometimes for some people who gonna like you just said, gonna annihilate us when we're trying to help them. Who's going to. So it's at times it is tough to do that, but I think now those who are scared to use their voice, you might not have a voice. If you don't use your voice, there might not be. Media is trying to silence media, trying to buy all the media, silence media. So all these platforms that we think we have that now, even from like you said, from the gossip talk, from this, from that, who said they can't censor that and take all that away? That's what we're not thinking. We're so used to having these freedoms that we have that we take them for granted. And just like in Texas, you say Texas is a red state. You know why Texas is a red state? Because half the black people that sit out. If you get the number of people who didn't vote, who don't vote, it changes the whole scenario. So the propaganda is put out there to confuse you or to make you think that your vote don't count or to do all these things. You always hear the whole thing of, Obama was in there. He didn't do nothing for us. You know what we did? We let him down. He got in there. We didn't win him the House. We didn't win him the Senate. Mitch McConnell came in and said he was going to try to make, he's going to make his mission was to make him a one-term president. We didn't look at everything that was stacked. If we'd have continued the job, who knows what would have been put in place? Who knows what would have been set? Biden, he's too old, man. He's not there. He's not that. Trump, Trump gave us that money. We had money when Trump was. You got a $1,200 check. So if that $1,200 check, changed your life that much, that $1,200 check won't put a dent in your gas and your groceries right now. And you think you getting that check now? You think that man care about giving? No, he ain't trying to win another election. He don't give a damn about nothing anymore. And so, I mean, you look at that, and then well, people are getting money. Do people? How many people got locked up after COVID for fraud? Yeah, PPP loan fraud. Yeah, they would get money. They were stealing money. They were doing all these things. So we get so caught up in everything that's going on around us. You get caught up in the social media. We get caught up in seeing this lifestyle. That's what they want. That's what's want. It's set up for us to be distracted, so the rug can be pulled from under us because we were making too much progress. We were thriving. We were starting to thrive, and it was in different positions. All of these different things, and now it's to take it under. First thing they go and cut. So when you don't do politics, okay, now we losing what DEI, that's cut affirmative action. So not doing politics is taking all these things away. Look how many black women are losing their jobs, high position jobs, just overqualified. Because if you're in that position, you're overly qualified. But what did just come out with last week? The two young boys who was in Doge, Elon Musk, that were purging, purging everything. If it had something black in it, if it had something urban in it, if it had something this in it, it fits under the DEI category, we remove it. So politics, it matters. Your vote matters. And coming up on these next midterms coming up, it better matter, because if we don't come out and do what we're supposed to do, then who says we're gonna ever be able to vote again? That's what they don't want, but they don't want us to vote again. They don't want, so all these freedoms and these things we have, we take them for granted, and we don't use our platforms now to speak on them. Who said we're gonna have those platforms? Who said we're gonna have the positions we have? Who says we're gonna have the things we have? They don't, damn sure don't want us to have it, and everything is going to get more expensive. Everything is going to crumble around us if we don't go in and take it. So I don't think people are woke enough to understand. I don't want to use the word woke, but I don't think people are paying attention enough right now to know what's really happening and be alarmed, because yes, we get distracted. We got to live life. So we have to live life. We still live life, but we have to, man. I mean, this time, this is probably one of the most crucial elections. And you see, when you look at the president spazzing out every day, doing everything in his power to stop the midterms from happening, or to make it where it's going to be a one-way fix. We know he knows what's at stake. He knows that his presidency will be over, but he don't want to leave that White House. They want to continue everything they're doing. So if you can see the urgency there, we better match that urgency. We better march, get out on the street. If our ancestors could go out there with dogs on us and this and that, none of the technology we have, and fight for us to even have these rights, then we gotta. We gotta do something, And that I don't do politics. That Dr. Umar, seeing him say all this stuff, I'm so tired of our people, saying that dumb shit. It's just because, okay, you don't pick one person to destroy you. Okay, one person you don't quite like, but you got a choice. You still got a choice. So I'm just gonna sit out. So when you sit out, you basically vote for this person who's going to destroy you, because the way it's set up, when we sit out, that helps them. That helps one side. So to sit there and it's just too, I don't know nothing about. We knew everything about her. We knew everything about everything about her. It was all laid out. Just didn't want to vote for her. So instead of voting for Trump, I'm just not going to vote, period. Politics have nothing to do with it. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to do. You're not going to be able to do you, because ain't nothing going to be there for you to do you. You're not going to have nothing's going to be in place. That career that your sister, your aunt, your mother worked so hard to get, they stripping it away from her. Those opportunities that you have, that they're taking that away. The opportunities that your kids could have, your grandkids, they taking that away. So why did your grandparents and your great grandparents fight so hard for you to sit back and say, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't got nothing to do it. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, but you know what that is? That's this younger generation. They're still living on the stuff that their grandparents have set up for them. So they don't really understand the repercussion. They're still living at home, right? No judgment, because you can't afford. Why do you think you can't afford to live on your own? Why do you think you can't afford to get ahead? So for them, they don't really see what's at stake until it's already happening, and then they're like, well, there's nothing we could do. Like Jeff said, there's nobody that's explaining it to them, or somebody that that's young and hip that they would actually listen to say, oh wait, that makes sense. But like you said, they're thinking everything's a conspiracy. That doesn't help. She's not going to help us, right? And then Trump and his people, they're going to say, oh, well, I'm going to save you some money. You're going to make more money.
Yeah.
But listen, they're trying to take us out. That's not us. They're not
Yeah.
talking about us. That's not you. They're talking about, right? That's very
No.
specific group of people, and it's not us.
To me, it's that Stockholm syndrome or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but to me, it's like I want to look good to them. I want to be down with them so bad that I ain't nothing wrong. Oh, you my guy. That's my man. Look at him. He gangster. He getting this. He getting that. He's doing. Look at where we are today. We created it's a war. We're at war. They try to frame it whatever they want to frame it. We alienated all of our allies early on. When he went in, this is America. We don't need NATO. We don't need this. We don't need that. It's us. We're America strong. Now he's on here now talking about nobody's coming to help us. That we've been taking care of people for 40 years now. Nobody wants to come and help us. You just shitted on everybody. Everybody. You embarrass them when you have them in the Oval Office. You do everything, but now they're supposed to come in and help you. And now earlier today, I saw where it was said, well, when we started this war, we didn't know that they was going to attack, other parts of the Middle East. Iran laid out exactly what they were going to do if they were attacked. But we rather have this kind of leadership in office that's playing with our lives, our pocketbooks. We don't know what's going on in the country. We don't know if sleeper cells are set up. We don't know anything that's been activated. Play with our lives and play with your kids' lives, your future lives. ICE is still out here. The police are still out here. We're not always safe either way it goes. A lot of them feel emboldened. You have Proud Boys that's ready to rock and roll. So you sitting out and talking about you don't do politics. You're who they're coming after. We think first we thought it was going to be our Latin brothers, this and that sisters, brown. That's a test. We're on the menu, like you gotta wake up. It's time to wake up and put all the other stuff down. You can still do those, but you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up and understand that all these luxuries we have become, and we look terrible to the rest of the world.
Man.
We do not look like the superpower. We do
Mm-mm.
not look like the leader. We are not standing out the way we think. We're not strong. From the presidents, are we supposed to be this strong? We look like fools. We look weak. We got a war. We don't know what we're doing. We don't, no strategy, no nothing, winging it every day. I mean, it's just, it's something that has to be,
Bro, I'll be honest. Like, I don't want to see another president that don't have military experience, bro.
Right.
Like, we got to have some like military sergeants or commanders or something in there, bro. Like, it's just like, what is this? Like,
but and I feel you on that, Jeff. We don't always have that, but we have the military person. He got rid of everybody. So one of the things in his first term, he wanted to do all of these things that he's doing now, but it was people in place that stopped him. So when they came back, and that's what was being voiced so hard, when he come back, it's going to be no guardrails. He's going to he has a plan this time, so he's going to get rid of all that. That's why he's able to do everything he's doing. It was people in place that prevented. It was a lot. These things is happening, and much more would happen before, but that was getting stopped. But now there's no guardrails. There's nobody saying no. It's nobody. He can just come out and just say whatever he wants to say. I mean, anything. They were asking today on the plane, about the six soldiers who died in the ground. And he just said, next question, and went to another question. Didn't acknowledge their death. Didn't acknowledge. I mean, it's no compassion. It's nothing there. And, now you have some of these podcasts who lifted it up, talking about, well, this or the voters, this ain't what we signed up for. It was to lower prices. And that's what you signed up for. You knew exactly what you were signing up for. Now, you didn't want to put a black woman in office. So you knew exactly what you were signing up for. And, so to get there, no, I got buyer's remorse. No. That's who you voted for. And you probably voted for him all 3 times. And he hasn't changed who he was one bit. He go out there and say something and change the next time. So to keep on with this, it ain't, and that's why we're in the position we're in right now.
It was laid out for them. Project 2025 laid out everything
Yeah.
that is happening. People put it on one sheet so you could see exactly what it was. And they still voted for him because they didn't want to see a woman, because they didn't vote Hillary in either. I'm still mad at them for that. And
Yeah.
they definitely didn't want to see a black woman at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wild for that, man. But
And this go around, we just gotta, like I said, we gotta come on to your podcast, Jeff. They gotta come on. It's gotta continue to speak. You can't,
right.
We gotta continue to speak because you got those other podcasts who's in that same space that's not led by us that we get on and tear each other up. I still don't get that neither. Like they're not led by us, but they're eating off of us, and they're eating off of us, destroying each other. Like I can't quite get that, and I can't quite get some of our other leaders who are in big spaces on big platforms, but then they partner with someone to me who shows who he is, by I don't get it. And you sit there with him cracking jokes when this guy endorsed him. I can't. You can't in this time and space. You can't partner like that. You can't do those things. You can't.
Yeah, you
And
got
then
to
you
pick a
get back on
side,
your
bro.
platform. Yeah, you get back on your platform. But no, that ain't meant. No, he's one of the reasons not with us. Are you with us? So how is y'all paired together? So some of these things just don't make sense. So I think it's going to have to be some platforms like yours, some others where, and we're going to have to feed it in. It can't be a one time. It's got to be, you got to feed it in. Got to feed it in because, to me, it's our responsibility because, we know what's at stake, and this is the first time this is at stake that can change, our life, our kids' life, our grandkids' life would never be the same.
Mhm.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, I may stop on that because I can go on and on. Yeah, go
Hey,
on
but
and
but
on.
Ant's gonna be the one to break it down for y'all. So don't
We got our
we gonna
guy.
make
We
Ant
got our
give y'all
guy.
sprinkling a nugget every episode. Let the people know what's going. We give you ISO. Let you go off and tell us who to vote for, man. Who?
Nah,
But
that one just gets me. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
Nah,
crazy, man.
yeah. No, that one just gets me. But no, man. Thanks for joining tonight. Another great episode of the group chat. We're going to be dropping every Thursday, so stay informed on everything. Culture, sports, entertainment, politics. We here
Man, we ain't hold on.
to.
We cannot leave without talking about Bam 83 points, bro. Kobe, dog. You an LA guy,
Man,
bro.
I'm crediting Asia for that because I'm on the women. We can
man,
bring something to somebody's life and take you to the next level. And I'm saying that she put in her part for that.
man. Bam's
How do you
such a
feel?
Bam's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. It's hard not to root, but I don't. 83 points. I hoop.
It's
83 points
nuts.
is tough to get. I don't care who you playing. They
Yeah,
still playing an NBA team. I don't care
yeah.
how many times you go to the free throw line. You got to hit your free throws. I mean, was it as significant as Kobe? Was significant as well? That's to each his own. But like to score 83 points in an NBA game, shit,
If I
that's
was
a
Bam,
hell
I
of a
would have just.
feat.
If I was Bam, I would have stopped at 80, bro. Just out of respect, for Kobe, bro.
Respect.
Like, I'm not even gonna do this to Kobe, dog. Kobe, bro.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Man, you get that close, man. You get that close, but
You
Bam.
would have did it.
When
He
Bam think
would.
he gonna ever get there again? We ain't gonna get that close again. Like
You would
that
have
was a
did it, bro.
perfect
Keep it real. You
scenario.
got 70. You got 78 points, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They give you the ball. They pass you the rock. You gonna take the shot?
I'm taking that joint.
Wow.
I'm taking that joint. Yeah.
You can't give
Nah,
it
Yeah.
bro. Hell
What I'm
no.
gonna think is, what would Kobe do? Kobe's a
Okay.
competitor.
Mamba mentality.
Kobe going for him.
Mamba
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah. So I would honor Kobe in that way. He wouldn't want you to. Nah, go beat that.
Okay.
Go beat that.
Yeah.
So you gonna honor Kobe in that way. So
Who do you think is gonna be
I'm
the
getting
person to break that record?
what 83. Man, it got to be such a perfect. Everything got to be perfect for it to go like that. You have some guys scoring 70. You have some go, and sometimes it happens at the end of the season when scoring records on the line. And you playing a team where nothing really. They're not playing for anything. They're not going into the playoffs. So to get 84 points, It's gonna be tough, man.
Gonna be
It's gonna be
LaMelo.
tough.
I'm calling LaMelo Ball. He scored 9. Did he score like 100 points in high school? Something crazy. He
Man,
scored
that's high
something
school.
crazy.
Score that in the NBA. I mean, it got to be a perfect scenario. You got to be on fire. They got to keep teams on going. Kobe was a different beast. Kobe would take the double team and this and then. You got to, that kind of mentality. But to just score, it's got to be somebody. Shit, you hitting 23s and you're going to the free throw line 20 times, and it's a lot that got to happen for you to score 83 points or 84 points to beat that. So. Yeah, it might be wild. But again, like I said, you get these nights where they ain't playing no defense. They let a guy get hot and they just score, and he gets it and seem like they, have an all-star game and just let you part. Somebody could get it then. But if it's in a legitimate game to win a game, that's gonna be tough to do. That's tough.
Right. Who do you got your bet on, Jack? Who do you think will do it?
Okay,
Just
so
give me a player, and you got to name one.
I'm surprised that Steph Curry hasn't done it. If anybody, I would think that he would be the one.
That's how hard it is. That's how hard it is.
No.
First of all, it's a lot of shots. You're gonna take a lot of shots to score them. That's how hard it is. That's how hard it is. I mean, you have the Donovan Mitchells. You have people score 70. Devin Booker. It's been some 70-point games, and they were on fire. But 84, that's tough. That's tough to get 84 to break that. That might sit for a minute.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that might sit. And I ain't gonna lie, if I was putting my money down, it would have been the last person I would have thought would have scored 84 points. When I saw it, I didn't know what I was, when they was doing all that showing, I didn't know what I was watching at first. I'm like, Bam scored 84 points. And like I said, Bam's a hell of a player, but he's just not known to score like that. Yeah,
I thought it was a fake. I thought it was like a fake tweet. I was like, 80.
Right.
Nah, hell no.
Right.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Oof. But hey, NBA for you. But all right, on that note,
we gave you sport, guys. We gave you sport.
we're gonna wrap this up to next week. Thank you for joining the group chat. Thanks, Jeff, Jacqueline, and we'll see you guys next week.